How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Cori Bush, who is a BLM quote-unquote activist that is currently in government. You heard me right. I did not stutter one iota. I got it 1,000% right. She comes from Missouri, and she got elected as a House rep from Missouri. So she's in Congress, not just state rep, like local. Nah, she's on Capitol Hill. She's actually with the big boys in the big leagues. And her first order of business was to conjure up some kind of grievance against somebody on the Hill. Now, what she did on the first day was wear a Breonna Taylor mask. And we all know who Breonna Taylor is. And if you don't know, quick rundown. In Louisville, Kentucky, there was raid on the house. There was a no-knock warrant, although they did knock and announce themselves, the police that is. The warrant was for that house. Breonna Taylor's name was on the warrant as her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or whatever. Their names are on the warrant. Cars are on the warrant. They had pictures, videotapes, evidence, all kind of stuff to implicate her in some wrongdoing, some drug running and some more stuff. Anyway, they raided their house. They knocked. They burst in. And Breonna Taylor's boyfriend or friend, whoever he was, Kenneth Walker, shot one of the officers, hit him in his leg. He almost died. If he didn't get aid, he would have died right there on the scene. As a result, the police shoot back. And since Breonna Taylor was right next to her boyfriend in the hallway, she got shot multiple times. Or at least I think one bullet was the one that killed her, but she was shot multiple times and died, unfortunately. Kenneth Walker, the guy who shot this shot, did not die for some reason. And that's kind of weird how he shoots the shot. They're right next to each other in the hallway, standing side by side. She gets shot and he doesn't. I mean, we're talking about human shield. I'm not really sure, so I digress. The whole point is that Breonna Taylor has become a focal point of BLM's so-called protests, really riots, and insurrectionist action. Same as George Floyd and Trayvon Martin, everybody else. You know, if it's a black person that dies and people feel like it's an injustice, it's a white person that did it and they quote unquote got away with it. If it's a guy that appears to be white but is not really white, appears to be an officer but not really an officer, talking about George Zimmerman, then that's somehow a problem. And in this case, you had officers, they're white, they did it, it was an injustice, all this, that, and the third. So she decided to wear the Breonna Taylor mask because that's like her whole thing, right? BLM, Black Lives Matter, the destructive, riotous, insurrectionist, Marxist, communist movement that has swept the nation, unfortunately. She gets elected. She wants to have that be her first thing, the first order of business to express her grievance about Breonna Taylor. Now, she has on the mask, and she says that some Republicans called her Breonna. They thought that's her name. Now, first thing about that, how do we know this is a true story? I mean, all I hear so far is just her saying it. And I see others retweeting it. They're talking about it. They're saying, oh, this is ridiculous. Republicans are racist. They think all black folks are the same. All this, that. How do we know that her story is actually true? If you're a BLM supporter in government right now, I'm not necessarily taking you too seriously. I'm thinking that you might have an ability to lie or to kind of stretch the truth. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, okay? So I'm not sure that I'm buying this story. That's number one. But number two, what if somebody did call her Breonna? You have a mask on, and I'll place it on the screen before you. You have a mask that says Breonna Taylor with no other context. No justice for Breonna Taylor, prayers for Breonna Taylor's family, Breonna Taylor, rest in peace. It just says Breonna Taylor, black mask with white lettering, Breonna Taylor. Maybe somebody thinks your name is Breonna. They don't know you. You're a newcomer in office. You got like hundreds of House reps on Capitol Hill. How does anybody really know who you are? All right. You're talking about Republicans saying your name wrong or calling you Breonna. I'm sure some Democrats don't know who you are either. Is it a Republican thing? Is it a Democrat thing? Or maybe I don't know who you are. You have a mask on. You're a newcomer. I don't know you. Maybe you could just introduce yourself. You'd be like, hey, my name's Cori. I'm from Missouri. You know, be a friendly person. Don't just be kind of like standoffish. I got to mask Breonna Taylor and then get mad when someone calls you that and think it's your name. Okay. I mean, this whole thing is just kind of dumb to me, but this is what this is all that you're going to get from a BLM candidate running for office. That's all you're going to get is complaints and grievances. That's all you're not going to get any kind of real policy that's going to help things or change things. You won't get any actual laws in the books that will help anybody. You're not going to have forward thinking, positive change. All you're really going to have is this person, Cori Bush, just promoting themselves and promoting their cause. Black Lives Matter, LIES Matter. That's all you're really going to get. So if anyone thought that it'll be something different, then you're most sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken. It won't really be too much of anything else other than what you're getting right now. Grievance culture. And like I said from the very beginning, I don't even really buy it. I don't buy it. People don't know your name. So if they called you Breonna, it is what it is. You got it on your mask, right on your face. How about wearing a name tag? My name is Corey. How about that? Rather than going out there with the grievance culture, oh, Breonna Taylor, put on a name tag that says my name is Corey and have everybody call you that rather than calling you Breonna. Or put on a name tag so you can't say that people called you Breonna, because at that point we know it's a lie. If you have on a name tag, then I'm going to just call you what's on your name tag rather than what's on your mask. Okay, so the whole story will just get ended straight from the beginning. But like I've said many times before, I think the most important thing as I close is the narrative. It's not really about truth or facts or evidence or anything like that. It's about the narrative. If you're able to win the narrative, you're able to win the argument. That's pretty much how it goes. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think she's telling the truth about the whole Breonna Taylor? They called me that. If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or do you think she's telling a lie? Telling a fib? You know, not telling the truth. I mean, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But it does make sense if you look at it from the point of view of just grievance culture. I want to cry. I want to complain. I want to bring a thing forward that appears to make me the victim. From that point of view, it makes perfect sense. Why not? Why would you do anything else other than that? Okay, it makes all the sense in the world. Okay, but like I said, this is what you're going to get from a BLM candidate. You won't get anything positive that can help at all. And if anybody voted for her, well, hey, congratulations, what you get. You don't get change. You don't get positive things for your community. You don't get anything other than grievance culture. You don't get anything other than Cori Bush trying to promote Cori Bush. And there's others like that out there too. You got AOC, Ilhan Omar. They're there to enrich themselves, to give themselves power, and to push forth grievance culture. And really with AOC and them, they got a whole different thing going on. And I think Cori Bush could be part of that. The Justice Democrats, she could be part of that whole movement they have going on. And their objective, as I close, is to bring forth communism and or socialism. Same thing, that they're trying to change the way that the country operates in a really serious way. And you definitely don't want that at all, okay? You don't want communism, you don't want socialism, and you most certainly don't want Justice Democrats or Cori Bush or Kamala Harris or AOC or anybody like that, these far leftist extremists, to control the country. And I think we have a lot of positive things going forward in the election. We still got the presidency up for grabs, in my humble opinion, but you also have, 10 to 12 House seats that have flipped for Republicans. And that's going to continue. It's not going to die. You had 70 million of us that voted for Trump. That's going to continue. You're going to have more and more and more red pills being delivered on a daily basis. And we're going to be able to hold off this so-called blue wave that the left want to have happen. All right. Now, Cori Bush is in there, but I think she won't really last too long if we continue on with conservative values, bringing that to the forefront as a legitimate and cool way to be. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.